in Greece in 1960. I met Zina and Anila Ann, who was a Canadian woman. And one Thanksgiving we were celebrating, that was November of 1968. We were in the gallery having a party, celebrating and being thankful for everything that we could remember to be thankful for. And there was a knock on the door, and I opened the door, and there was this Western woman standing in a Tibetan chuba, and it turned out to be my old friend Zina Rachevsky. Oh God, that was exciting that she had found me again. Originally, we met in Greece. I taught 5 years in Greece and befriended and became great friends and companions of Zina, who turned out to be the first Western disciple of the Tibetan Lamas. And she had come to Kathmandu and brought the Lamas with her. And she looked me up, and from our past experience together, she knew that I would be working and having something, and she wanted to request me. She came specifically with the Lamas because she had run out of money and run out of time, and she had been traveling through Asia with the Lamas, and she brought them to Kathmandu on purpose of leaving them there and trying to get a center for Buddhism started in Kathmandu. That's what the Lamas had requested of her. And at this time, she was no longer in position, so she asked me and literally begged me, because we were friends and enemies and friends and enemies, in and out, up and down, unbelievable relationship. So Zina knocked on the door and joined our Thanksgiving party. And she, at that time, she asked me, begged me to relieve her of her responsibility with the Lamas. And it seemed as though His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, had requested Lama Yeshe and Lama Zopa to begin teachings for the Western world. They were to give up their Indian students and take on the West. So the Lamas began walking up and down the hill to the house every day. And soon they managed. I had monies from the art, which I turned over to them, and they began negotiating. I assume something was in writing, but they managed to get the house. And Zina rented the house the first time. We were able to get it. She paid for the rent. Zina always had an entourage with her, people who looked up to her. She was quite a character. Unbelievable, beautiful woman. Not any longer, but in her earlier days. Beautiful, beautiful. So she furnished the house with a beautiful white carpet, huge white carpet, and I don't remember where her entourage settled. She put herself in the biggest and best room and took the best there was and put the lamas somewhere outside at some, in her style of life. She was the queen and everybody else was under her. She said to me when we walked Copan Hill, "I will never throw myself. Look at those peasants prostrating to the lamas. I will never throw myself down at their feet." It was Zina. It was just who she was. That's how we had fights. We would fight and we would make up because we were so different. I was falling all over the lamas, couldn't get enough of them, and she was in her atmosphere. Oh, God. Yeah. Also in Greece, when I met Zina, I met Anne, and Anne was more like me. She was a bit humbled, a bit, she was wanting to follow Buddhism and to know what the lamas had to offer. Of course, we had at least 5 years in Greece together before the lamas even came, were in our, they weren't even in our knowledge when we parted. We didn't know that we had all been students of the lamas before. Now we have come to a point where Zina is occupied on one side with her entourage. The lamas are occupied walking the land, getting to know the surroundings, getting to know Copan Hill, making deals with the landowners and trying to settle the property and buy up. And Lama has befriended one farmer, Chokidar, he called him, and Chokidar became Lama's go-to man.
No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets, for I have learned that all you give is all you get. So give it all you've got. I had my share, I drank my fill, and even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down another road beyond a hill, and do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. Funny how the time just flies, how love can go from warm hellos to sad goodbyes, and leave you with the memories you've memorized to keep your winters warm. For there's no yes in yesterday, and who knows what tomorrow brings or takes away. As long as I'm still in the game, I wanna play for laughs, for life, for love. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. May all your storm.
At one point, Lama Yeshe decided that Zina needed some help from him. And he had decided, he brought Zina's child and her mother and some other beings connected with her to Kopan and that Sherpa area. And Lama gave Zina special meditation, and he pulled a man off the airplane and took his seat so he could go and give Zina this initiation and meditation and practice, as he had discovered she didn't have very long to live and that she would need certain time to finish. He put her, I think it was Thupten Churling at 9,000 feet, a nunnery with the nuns, and they took very good care of her. And he left the mother and daughter with her for a while, and other people would go by and visit her from time to time, monks and nuns and people that she knew who were trekking in the Sherpa country. And Zina managed to finish the practice that Lama Yeshe had given her. And then they brought Rhea back up for the last time to meet with her and her mother. And Zina left her body and went to visit the lamas who were somewhere in Bodh Gaya, some teaching with His Holiness, and told them that she was on her journey now, on her way. But the Lama said, "Yes, Mom, we know she's on her way." So that was the end of one chapter.